The Lost Simpsons Twin Towers episode debuted back in 1997 as part of The Simpsons Season 9. The episode was titled The City of New York City vs. Homer Simpson, and in the episode, Homer is forced to deal with a mountain of park tickets that were issued while his car sat illegally for months in the World Trade Center Complex Plaza with the Twin Towers there. Funny enough, this is actually unrealistic based off of the incident that happened in 1993. Homer, desperately needing to use the restroom, pushes people out of his way to get a ticket to the elevator into the towers. After pushing other people out of the elevator line to get to the top of the South Tower, Homer discovers the only working bathroom is in the North Tower. Also in the episode, two men in opposite buildings begin arguing with each other, and one proceeds to say, quote, "Sorry, they put all the jerks in Tower 1. A line in which the show's creators express deep regret during the post-September 11th episode commentary on the Season 9 box set. The episode has been banned in many countries, including some American affiliates at the time around the September 11 attacks, though others have aired the episode with many edits to remove the scenes and verbal references to the World Trade Center, but it is included in the Season 9 set box. Some Fox affiliates continue to show the episode, including New York City's own WNYW Fox 5, airing the unaltered episode less than 2 weeks after the towers collapsed. So that's a little history on the Simpsons episode that was from Season 9 that made its debut in 1997. September of 1997, so just under 2 years before the attacks, and a lot of the episode has been completely altered to remove references and kind of scenes in relation to both the Twin Towers. The Simpsons also had one of their insane coincidences happening in a different episode. This was 3 years before September 11th in 1996. You can see the newspaper New York $9 with both of the towers in the background kind of signals the idea of 9/11. And then I'm just going to talk about some other random stuff that I found in relation to the Twin Towers. You can see both of these towers located in China. They have their own version of Twin Towers, but they're a lot smaller. Normally, this is what China always does. These are not an exact replica, but you can honestly look at these and say these are like the modern version of the Twin Towers, because there's no way the Twin Towers would be designed the exact same way, because they look like concrete slabs. You just wouldn't design them like that. So yes, this is located in China, and you can see these two. I mean, that's like a third of the size, though. It's very small. And then another thing that I found, I originally saw this in a YouTube video. World Trade Center Tower still standing, located in Shizang, China theme park. And they go crazy with these replicas in China. They've got an entire complex of model buildings, and they have an entire World Trade Center area. And when I mean it's detailed, I mean, I would say the World Trade Center site, like the rebuilt model that they have in China there, that would cost, I don't know, $30,000 or $40,000. It's very intricate. It's extremely impressive. The article says in Shizang, China, there is a fantasy land where the September 11th tragedy never happened. At the theme park Windows of the World, that's what it's called? The theme park is called Windows of the World? This is a theme park in China. I don't know if that would be called that. Exists a miniature Manhattan. The flyover American section of the park does not reflect or educate about the tragedy even 10 years later. The Twin Towers are still standing at the park, misleading the millions of Chinese that visit from their provinces over the years. I don't think that's misleading Chinese people. I think they're trying to do a nice a nice memorial for the Twin Towers, so they have them depicted as standing here. I don't see how that's people, they have the internet there, although I don't know with the communist stuff, who knows. The article later says, sure, these miniature models of New York were built before the planes crashed into them, but shouldn't this theme park reflect on the tragedy? No. That took time to build those Twin Towers, and it's a good remembrance. I like that they're still up. I mean, what do you want to have them depicted as, or just take them out? Listen, if they're taking those out, imagine getting those. How much would those cost, do you think, to ship here? I don't know, they've got when you order a knockoff Chinese Lego sets, They normally go through the Pacific Ocean and it takes about 60 days. It's called like sea shipping or something. I don't know what it's called, but it's about $60 to ship something from China by sea. Either way, that's a pretty high tech scale model. It's a decently high scale as well. And then that theme park, it's not just the Twin Towers. They've got so much different stuff. I saw a YouTube video of it with different cities depicted, all miniature scale, all models. I love models. I don't know why. I've always loved them. This dates back to when I was younger with the model trains and things like that. It's always been something I've had a passion for. You see the little Christmas miniature villages. It's such a great vibe and a great theme. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, and maybe I'll end up doing a separate video on this, the idea of a 9/11 movie. Because when it comes to September 11th, we have seen, what is it? United 93, I think, is the good one. Isn't there Flight 93 and United 93? I think Flight 93 might be the good one. Oh, no, maybe one of them is good. I know that. The other one's kind of a knockoff. I think United 93 is the good one. But other than that, you've got the Nicolas Cage movie. You've got all the knockoff low-budget crap. Will they actually make a September 11th movie similar to the Titanic? And are we even close to it ever coming out? Because it's only been about 22, 23 years since the event. I think we still got to wait another 10 years, and then they'll probably release a blockbuster. But the other issue is, when you look at the event, there's so much that goes on with it compared to the Titanic just being on a ship. You're going to have to come at it from an angle, and I wonder which angle they would depict. Either way, it would be a tragedy. Again, they did a really good job with that one movie, United 93, where, the passenger saved the plane from hitting the building, and it crashes in the field in Pennsylvania. We actually watched that movie when we were on a bus. It was me and my 7th, maybe 8th grade class. We were going to the field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and we were watching that movie. And it was a good movie, yes. That was like the only good 9/11 related movie, but there was that as well. Oh my goodness, you guys remember Tower Heist? Yeah, that's the actor in the Nicolas Cage movie. Hilarious. Tower Heist, kind of an underrated movie. I don't know. I recommend watching it during Thanksgiving. But either way, guys, I also wanted to show, look at this monstrosity that they're trying to plan. No, I don't think this ended up happening, but this is another Twin Tower variant, and you can see the top of the building. Look at that translucent roof structure they've got on like the last 2 or 3 floors. Seems like they've got some nice plants in there. You get some nice sunlight. Maybe a nice little greenhouse vibe to the top of it. Who comes up with the design for these buildings, ladies and gentlemen? How do you think that's a good design? That is ridiculous. And then if you really want coal in your stocking, you can go ahead and get this. It's just Building 7. Where is the rest of the complex? Nobody cares about Building 7. But yes, they do sell a Lego set, just Building 7. I guess, if you get the complex, you can get it added on. Apparently, they also have Chinese knockoff, like financial district centers, which was located right next to the World Trade Center. You could possibly get that. Although I saw that was like $300 or $400. I don't know anyone dropping $300 or $400 on the frickin' financial district. That seems a little bit ridiculous to me. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, that's the entire complex. That looks pretty nice right there. I would like a little bit of a bigger scale personally. It does have the attachment, the Building 7 there, added onto it, but that's just kind of a cool Lego set. Alright, so this is just something I found interesting. This is the original scale model in 1964 when they introduced the Twin Towers and the entire complex. And you can see one of the Twin Towers completely surrounded by like a pillar type larger building. I wonder what that was going to end up being. Maybe I'll do a video on that or something, but it looks like there's a bunch of pillars coming out of it, and the entire building, 3 sides of it, looks like it's surrounded by something, almost like it's interconnected to it. And that's a big building going all the way down, kind of angled, got a nice little acute angle there as well. And then you can see, it looks like a similar design with like 4 World Trade Center, 5 World Trade Center, both of those. It's kind of hard to tell because the towers are blocking them, but they look similar. It's just that massive building that would have really changed the lobby view, because there would be no natural light if they actually would have built whatever that structure is that would be surrounding it. I'm glad they removed that. I think it would have made it worse. But that is going to do it for this video.